Hi, this is Jeff Aboud, Director of Product Marketing, Kenna Security. Just wanted to take a few minutes to explain how the Kenna Security platform works. It's a pretty detailed diagram, so let me step through it kind of one by one to more clearly explain. Now, the Kenna Security platform assesses your internal security data, including vulnerability and asset information. We then analyze Kenna's database to identify the top 5% of all vulnerabilities that have been exploited over the past 6 months and compare it with your vulnerabilities to determine which are the most likely to be exploited. Now, in addition to that internal security data, we also ingest threat and exploit information from more than 15 threat intelligence feeds to understand attacker activity in real time. We do this to understand what attackers are doing, how they're doing it, and the tools they're using to exploit vulnerabilities in the wild. We then assess this information through the lens of volume and velocity to determine which attacks pose the most urgent threat. And then, once we've got all of that internal and external information, we then correlate all that security data in order to determine the relevant consideration set for your organization. After all, you really don't care about exploits that affect vulnerabilities that aren't present in your environment, and you can deprioritize any of the vulnerabilities that don't pose an immediate risk. Now, the ensuing data sets are then run through our proven data science algorithm to accurately assess the specific quantifiable level of risk for every vulnerability. The algorithm includes numerous data science models and predictive technologies. So let me step through those kind of one by one. First of all, natural language processing investigates social media sites, the dark web, and other places where vulnerabilities are being discussed, and extracts the language associated with those vulnerabilities to determine whether or not an exploit will likely be developed. We then analyze the data using a number of predictive technologies, including support vector machines, or SVM, random forest, logistic regression, and vulnerability inference. And Kenna uses the results of all of these analyses to deliver an accurate, quantifiable risk score for every vulnerability, asset, and group of assets. The risk score takes into account the number of instances of each vulnerability in the environment, the potential severity, and the assets that are threatened as a result of each vulnerability. Kenna also shows you the average current and recent historical risk score for all of your industry peers. This enables you to understand how your risk score compares with the rest of the industry so you can make more informed decisions about your security programs and ensure that you're keeping pace. And then finally, the remediation intelligence engine then determines which vulnerabilities pose the greatest risk to the organization and whose remediation will have the maximum impact on risk score reduction. It then clearly identifies which vulnerabilities should be remediated first and articulates the specific impact each action will have on your organization's risk posture. This way, your security teams will know with certainty which specific remediation actions will reduce the greatest amount of risk for each asset group, therefore maximizing the efficiency and the effectiveness of their efforts. And that really just runs you through the entire way that we actually do things. So all of this together, we call cyber risk context technology, and it really is at the heart of the Kenna Security platform. Thanks for joining today, and if you need any additional information, please see the rest of your site or feel free to call your rep. Thank you.